HooHooHooRobin.
I got to thank Ronnie from Ron and Fez. I was listening on the way out to Long Island yesterday, and they had this watermelon story that just blew me away. And Ronnie was getting into it and made some great points. Like, we all get that joke in our email, and then we decide that, oh, God, this makes me laugh so hard, I got to send it to everybody I know, because they're going to laugh just as hard.
Oh, they're going to love it.
But you don't really think about who you're sending it to.
You don't think it out, especially your position,
right,
in the community,
right,
and you could get in a little bit of trouble.
Yeah, make sure you listen to Ron and Fez today. They'll certainly have an update on the story. We got it now, but they'll do their own take on the thing. But here's how it went down.
Well, the mayor of Los Alamitos announced tonight that he is stepping down over a personal email that he sent, who many are calling racist and offensive. Mayor Dean Gross spent several people an image showing a watermelon patch on the front lawn of the White House. The subject line read, "No Easter egg hunt this year." Tonight, Gross says he's sorry and realizes the controversy will affect his ability to lead the city of 12,000. He plans to step down at the council meeting on Monday.
How stupid are you?
Why would he send that out?
As the mayor.
In this day and age, anything like that is going to get you thrown out of office, your job, whatever.
It's a stupid thing to do, but to have to step down over a joke that's not even like vicious. It's like just
he didn't make it. He was just forwarding
just a country of
it's out there.
Fruits.
Who doesn't like that Heineken guy from Katrina? Come on, sure we've all seen him walking around.
It's a tough one, man.
It's not a vicious intent joke.
No, it's a tough one, meaning it's just I'm in between of my loyalty to race and loyalty to not snitching. Like,
you know what it is?
Just stop telling on people.
His position,
little hall monitors.
You look like you're going to give favoritism to one group of people over another because of your insensitivity to one group of people if you're a public official. That's the problem with that. If that was just some guy or shock jock or something like that, then he shouldn't have, then it should just be whatever it is. But that guy's like an elected government official, and it kind of makes it like, well, if he finds this funny and sends it out.
That's implying that government officials are better than us in terms of what they're supposed, in theory, they're supposed to be, but a lot of them are just local yokels.
Oh,
man.
they are.
I mean, what you call is the mayor? I mean, old Rusty Clint Eastwood was the mayor of some ridiculous town. I mean, it's just
Carmel.
Schwarzenegger's the governor of California. I still don't have respect for California for that happening. It's a ridiculous thing. So if he
like this movie,
but that's what I'm saying. All of a sudden, he's in charge of
state
economy.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, what was his background? So if he did some old racial stuff, it's like I might go. He's supposed to.
But he did.
He's a jackass.
He had some anti-Jewish statements in his past. And
of course.
His father had some weird
Nazi
ties with some maybe some National Socialist parties and.
It's like, and I understand.
Look at this picture.
It's funny. It's not
nice.
hateful.
It's so nice and green.
But I don't feel bad that the guy's stepping down. But I do go, wow, these snitches like these.
Yeah, I know. Everyone's got to rat out everybody else.
My God, I don't understand why A-Rod is the poster child for
A-Rod
for roids though. I don't understand why he is.
Because he just is not likable.
Snitches.
Just and I don't mean like snitch, but it's like
I'm a fan of the steroid. Trust me.
I delete a lot. I delete a lot of.
I've
things
never done steroids, but
from my Facebook.
You're a fan of their existence.
Yes, I don't give a crap what these guys are on to make this sport interesting.
It's an exhibition sport.
I don't give a crap.
It's an exhibition thing.
But the children, shut up. Then parent your kids.
It's just
I want to see 600-foot monster home runs.
Exactly, and it's just like someone from 1980s snitching on someone else who did coke.
Yeah.
Like, even if I didn't do coke, it's like, am I getting ready to snitch on you about
you know
cocaine use?
Speaking of snitching, with the steroid thing, Kurt Schilling is the big snitch up there in Boston. He demands a list of players that were on steroids. It's brave to come out now, but you were playing during the steroid era, and you knew this was going on. So why don't you speak up then, when it wasn't popular to talk about steroids?
Thank you very much. I can't stand people who are
now it's brave
crusaders when it's the
after
right
the
time.
Exactly.
That's why I will say something. This is off the subject, maybe, but you know what? A very underrepresented group in this country that historically good white people.
Good white people?
Meaning
Crazy.
white people who were fighters when it wasn't acceptable to like black people. Where not liking black people.
You mean the white people that
was right?
Link arms and sing "We Will Overcome" with the black
they're
people?
not represented though. They're faceless. There's no real history of here's Jim Smith, the guy who did this in 1910. For me to have something, there's no white Schindler's List guy where at least, Schindler helped out some Jews.
How about Abraham Lincoln?
Nah.
No?
Wasn't him.
I know, he really...
And he's like the OJ of doing good things for black people. I mean, just the average, like where there's an average white guy, average white citizens, where it wasn't acceptable now. It's acceptable now to be
Sorry.
What? I'm sorry.
No, I effed you up. I'm really sorry.
I'm just trying to...
I just saw this girl for the Vino. This is where our minds go sometimes. Sorry, I messed you up really bad.
Nah, it's cool. I'm just saying
that was supposed to stay in my head. Oh my God!
I'm looking for that person, a group of people,
right,
where it was like, it's not just like, because now it's easy to be a good person. It's easy to vote for the black president. I'm going to see somebody that might have voted for the black president in 1930.
You're not going to
and just meet him, see him, hear about him. Do you feel what I'm saying?
I hear what you're saying.
It would help, I think. I think it would help relations if black people knew that there was a decent white person walking around the streets before you were forced to be.
Well, I think there is, but they just don't make a big deal out of it.
They know.
Them?
I approach black people all the time and talk about it.
Yeah, now, I'm just saying. I think that's an underrepresented group.
I mean, I'll just say it unsolicited on a subway. I'll shake a black man's hand. I'd have liked you 50 years ago.
I'm just saying, it might help.
Let's go to Matt in Ohio. He's got an explanation for this watermelon joke. Go ahead, Matt. Matt.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Hiya, Matt.
Yeah, hey, buddy.
Hey.
My big problem with this guy is his explanation was that he was not aware that there was a stereotype connection between African Americans and watermelon.
He did not say that.
Wow, that's a lame-ass excuse.
You should have stepped down like R. Bud Dwyer.
Punching out, guys.
All right. Come on.
That's a pretty lame excuse. White people come up with some pretty lame excuses, though, when they're in trouble.
Oh, yeah.
They really do. You're like, and then you come up with something real quick and go, wow, that was stupid. That didn't sound real.
We got an update on the story here.
And police are guarding the mayor of Los Alamitos, California, against flying watermelons. He sent what could be a racist email showing the White House lawn covered in the fruit. The caption, "No Easter egg hunt this year." The mayor says he was unaware of the racial stereotype that black people like watermelon.
So now they're walking around throwing watermelons at this guy.
Yeah.
And you hear the reporter, she sort of kind of had a little, she was ready to chuckle over the joke.
Yeah. So now he's sending a new one with just giant black all over the front lawn because he's not aware of that stereotype either. A bunch of tables in restaurants with no tips left on them.
Yeah. Why are all these KFC buckets? I just assumed.
Yeah. That's the lamest ass excuse I've ever heard.
The worst one I've ever heard.
That's probably the one stereotype that is the oldest and most well-known stereotype, aside from, the big junk. The watermelon thing. It's like...
Doesn't bother me.
No, why would it bother you? You like watermelon. I love watermelon. I eat all the time.
I hate watermelon.
Why don't... Because you're white.
No,
I'm Sicilian, so I like a little watermelon.
What is it? Is it? It's too watery.
That's why it's
you don't feel
good.
like you're eating anything.
That's why it's good.
That's why they don't call it Melba toast melon.
Let's go to Tony. Tony.
Thick juicy steak melon.
Tony wants to defend Kurt Schilling. Go ahead, Tony.
Opie, I've been wanting to just explain this to you for a long time.
Sure.
I agree with you from the perspective that it shouldn't matter from the fans. I'm all for the big home runs, too.
Sure.
But from the players' perspective, they're competing with these other players for contracts, for salaries, for how long their career's going to last. And if some guys are juiced up and some guys are not, then it's really unfair just from a player's perspective.
Then he should have spoke up, dude.
Oh, well, Tampon Sock did fine.
Jimmy,
stop it.
Jimmy just said exactly what I was thinking. Then why isn't he speaking up when it really mattered, when he knew these guys were taking needles in the butt from their fellow players?
He can be a hero now.
He didn't want to be unpopular with his teammates for being a rat.
Right.
It's right now. It's acceptable to do the right thing in baseball.
Right.
Where were you when doing the right thing was the wrong thing?
Right. Where were you when it would have been a brave thing to come out and go, you know? They would have treated you like crap in the clubhouse. That's why you didn't do it.
They would have treated him like Serpico.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you, why did Roger Clemens and McNamara go in the bathroom stall to shoot up? Because it wasn't as obvious as what y'all are letting on when it
Because it's embarrassing with your butt cheeks out and a dude is stabbing you in the butt cheeks with a needle.
Tony, I never spent a day in the clubhouse, but you really think that this was like that people really didn't know?
I'm going to do an investigation. I bet you Babe Ruth and Hank Aaron did something.
Of course they did.
Yeah. It's almost like if you were competing for a radio job with somebody that was able to take a pill and enable them to not be hackish and to be able to put on good radio, and you weren't allowed to take that without getting in trouble for it.
It's called coffee Xanax.
That is the dumbest analogy I've ever heard in my life.
It really is terrible.
Take a pill that makes you better on the radio.
It's called liquor.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's see Anthony do a show without liquor.
Well, in the old days. Now I just have Robitussin.
All right, Tony.
It was just accepted, man.
Thanks, Tony.
Let's just move on from it now because everybody did it. Now everybody doesn't do it. So let's just keep it moving now.
Yeah, screw it. Whoever's
I
doing it years
guarantee
ago.
Babe, what was it? Prohibition Babe Ruth played? I guarantee he had a couple of sips that helped something.
Illegal loosened him up a little bit at the plate.
Will you stop?
A couple of drinks at a speakeasy.
Gatorade is supposed to help your body do something better.
Right.
Like, stop.
Right.
I'm sick of the morality in baseball. Whereas, back in the good old days, when DiMaggio was belting Marilyn in the face?
Ty Cobb.
I'm sure she was not deserving of it, but...
And we did the Ty Cobb break. He was a naughty boy.
Terrible guy.
Naughty boy.
So who cares?
I don't care.
At all.
I don't look up to any of these sports guys. I have my teams and I like watching. That's it.
Gambling is the only thing they should make real sure of because that could affect you throwing the game.
Outcome.
You can't gamble, but anything
Unless
else,
you have a mongoloid haircut, I think you should be allowed.
Yeah, Pete.
I think you should be allowed to gamble on yourself. Gamble that your team will win. That's not why.
I'll tell you why that makes it different. With the argument I've heard even for managers and stuff, because in order to win, you may make decisions that are bad for a player or the team in the long run just to win that game.
Like, isn't the bottom line just winning the game?
Nah, but if you have a guy that you see is going, say you have a pitcher who's doing well in 6 innings and you know his shoulder's a little bit sore, you might just say, you know what, yank him because we need him for the rest of the season. It's not worth it just to win this game. But if you got 50,000 right on the game, you might go, F it, leave him in, let him get to the 8th inning. You may just manage the team slightly differently.
I'm suspicious of the coaches and the managers. These mother effers, not covering the spread. They know what's going on there with the betting. And next thing you know, that they're taking out all their star players, and now they're not covering the effing spread, and people are losing a lot of money.
That's true.
Maybe the coaches and managers got a little action on the game. Mother effers cost us a lot of cash out there over the years.
That is true. If they're able to ring that score up by keeping their star players in. But they pull them out because they don't want them injured.
It's more a covering of the spread where the team still wins. They don't cover the spread because
they don't cover the spread.
The coach decides he's going to take out his players.
That's what I mean. And
why isn't anyone looking into that crap? Because I bet you there's something going on there. Are you kidding me?
That's a legitimate way of altering people's winnings.
Major.
If they're betting on a game.
Big time.
Yeah, over-unders, things.
You hear about the NBA, Patrice? I know you're a Hoops fan, right? For the most part. I
just read about it. 175 mil.
175 mil being loaned to the NBA to save teams.
You know what?
Which teams?
Don't save them.
They're not saying the teams.
How about don't save them? If people aren't supporting them, how about that? That's natural selection.
Honestly, most of these leagues are overextended, so maybe it's time to knock out a few teams.
And I don't mind it. It's arrogance anyway. It gets rid of some of the arrogance of it. I think it should.
This bailout thing is insane. Where is this money coming from? For God's sake,
you.
I know. Yeah, you too.
Is it?
Yeah, I bet it is.
A little bit.
Look at your W-2 form.
A little bit.
You're paying.
Oof.
I bet yours.
That's why I don't want to go to California work. They take your money when you work in Cali. They take your money now.
Yep.
They don't wait for you to file taxes. They want your cash now.
We could get into that because that's going to be a whole discussion. Oof. I just want to wrap up the sports thing because we got Glenn in Jersey going with what Patrice said. Glenn, go ahead.
Yeah, how you doing? Willie Mays used to drink a 6-pack of Coca-Cola when it had cocaine in it before each game.
Yeah. Do you understand how long ago Coca-Cola had Coke in it? And how short a period of time it had Coke in it? He wasn't even born when Coca-Cola had Coke in it.
You know how much Coke you'd have to drink to actually get the effects of snorting?
I want an investigation on those old players to see what was around.
Out of your mind.
Travis is going to research.
Opium?
Can you find out if Willie Mays is drinking?
You know, if anyone did, it was Babe Ruth, because the other teams would have 11 home runs, and Fat Boy had 60.
What was Babe Ruth doing?
Come on, man.
Coca-Cola had Coke in it in like 1890 or something.
Yes.
It has nothing to do with the Coca-Cola. And then they took it out.
And did he buy it from like a dude that had a little cart and a horse? He called it elixir.
This elixir.
A couple of retarded babies running around doing flips right next to him. He just was enjoying Coca-Cola.
Organ grinder. Got a monkey with an organ grinder. Hey, get some cocaine in your Coca-Cola.
He used to drink.
I want to know what
cocaine was in it.
The only beverage you can snort.
Yes, wonderful.
I want to know what Babe Ruth was on because he was hitting
That's what I'm saying.
more home runs than entire teams.
I refuse to go for this, man.
Every film I saw him,
what do you think? Cheating started? What about the Black Sox, man? The Black Sox was, what do you think? Gambling? They started with Pete Rose? Like all of a sudden, altering yourself to do better started now? I'm not going for it. I'm not going to let A-Rod go out like this. I don't even like A-Rod. I'm just not going to let him I'm not going to let him go out like that.
He should go out because he's stupid. He's still hanging around with the cousin. What, the team said you can't hang out with this guy?
So they don't want around the team.
The cousin that supposedly helped him with the roid thing, or the supplements or whatever the heck he was on.
Like Patrice said, though, enough. It happened. Moving on. I don't think we're seeing a lot of these guys anymore with these giant friggin' biceps stepping out there, whacking these home runs like they were. Let's just, let's move on.
And steroids brought baseball back from the dead.
From that strike where people were just like, I'm disgusted.
Back from the
94,
roids.
Yeah.
Sammy Sosa and Mark McGuire's pimply backs.
Oh, God.
They had baseball on their pimply backs and hit it back to normal. And here comes Barry, who hit 72, breaks records. We want to see it. Just stop. Now it's over.
Yeah.
It's done. It's like cocaine in the 80s, dude. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Everybody did.
It is. Mark McGuire went from the Incredible Hulk body to looking like Burgess Meredith in the Twilight Zone with his glasses, sitting there in front of Congress. It just
with his cut up neck.
Yeah,
he just bothers me to look at him.
He was a mess. He was like a little. He's crying.
He looks like Droopy from the cartoon.
Droopy dog.
When he was in front of Congress. In all fairness,
you know what?
That
makes me mad.
In all fairness, Doug wants to add to the Schilling thing. Go ahead, Doug.
Hey, how you doing?
Trying to get all the facts out. Go ahead.
Hey, listen, I'm not a Kurt Schilling fan, but to be fair, he spent more than 10 years speaking out about steroids, and he got a lot of crap for it.
Okay.
When McGuire was hitting all those home runs, Schilling said, I'm afraid to pat my teammates on the butt because I'm afraid they'll scream when I hit the injection mark.
Oh boy. Is that why?
That's why he had to testify at Congress, not because he was using steroids, because of all the... He once said like 70% of his teammates were using steroids.
I know Kurt Schilling plays EverQuest, that online game. Does he not take potions for extra strength when he's got to fight a huge mob? I think he does. I think he's taking energy potions and getting buffs from other people.
You know the Willie Mays Coke things? There's other things that were happening out there. Listen to what Paige has. Paige in Jersey, go ahead.
Yeah, it's a well-known fact that Babe Ruth used to eat 4 dozen poppy seed bagels for the opium high.
Poppy seed bagels.
All right, punch now, boys.
Yeah. All right, Travis is doing his research on Willie Mays.
I know they were drugged up, all of them. Drugged up.
Hopefully we'll have an update on that.
It says Willie Mays drank Coke with cocaine in it. I'm going to smack him in his stupid girly face.
He's
his bearded girly face.
He's studying right now.
Cy Young did crack.
He's studying. We'll have an answer after the break. Yes, we are doing the David and Bobo show today, by the way, for the people that are...
Oh, my God.
A little later, though. A little later.
Thank goodness.
And comics tonight, like Jimmy was saying.
Yes,
we're all going to be down there. Funniest Lister contest. Voss is hosting.
Are you there, Jimmy?
Yeah, I got set because I'm timing something out, and I'm going to go over there.
What?
Are you going to do a couple minutes? Jimmy, try out some stuff on the
Jimmy's going to drop in and wave like when Dino used to go on Carson.
What are you doing?
No, I'm doing the Tonight Show starring Jay Leno in March, so I have to go try my set out.
Why don't you do a little surprise set for everybody? It's like when you're...
Wait a minute, why don't you do Conan O'Brien's new show?
Conan's people have never allowed me on the show.
No, the new show.
They're the same people booking it. Well, Leno's still on.
Well, when's Leno moving?
March.
June 1st.
I mean,
June
you're right. I'm sorry.
Right. Oh, this is a way off.
When he leaves.
This is a little ways off, but I got it, confirmed. Mark it down on your calendar. I shall be doing Hannity on April 16th.
By yourself?
Yes, so mark that down.
Hannity by yourself?
Well, not even without Hannity or panel. It's just Anthony.
Just me.
No,
I'm hosting.
He's doing the whole show.
Now, Jerry, what do you want from me?
Oh, you're replacing Hannity on the show?
Yes.
No.
So your right-wingingness has paid off.
If I could do that, no, I am going to be a guest on the Great American Panel.
Really? With no you?
I suggested it. We're sick of doing things together.
I think
we hate each other.
I think it's
is this a quiet?
We just do this for the people.
I think.
Am I going to hear stories about how your butt leaks later? Are y'all breaking up? that's Joe Nicolini.
Oh, no. Well, no, we made a pact when we do break up. No books.
They made that pact. Yes, they did.
Yes, Jimmy is going to be penning quite the tome.
But wait till you see Chapter 11, Opie and Anthony, the homosexual years.
Wow. Yeah, I suggested it. He would be great on Hannity.
No, I make Hannity look like a liberal on that show.
It'll be a good watch.
Yeah,
all right,
it'll be fun.
Patrice O'Neill's going to be at Bananas Comedy Club in
Hasbrook Heights.
Hasbrook Heights tonight and tomorrow.
Not Poughkeepsie.
And this is
Hasbrook Heights.
This is very important. This is the last time you're going to know where Patrice is going to be because he's taking himself off the grid, and you're going to have to try to figure out where the hell he is.
Yep.
No websites, no Facebooks,
like
no
John
Pal Talks, no
like
MySpaces, no
off the grid,
no tweeting.
Nope, no Twitters,
nothing. You just have to start using the phone.
Hey, what you doing, Patrice? Chilling. Patrice is chilling. What's my mood? Here's a big middle finger. That's my mood.
Not a fan of the social networking.
Oh, it just makes me sick.
People give you a little nudge, a Facebook nudge.
And I don't know how to type. Typing's for queers and girls. Home keys, sissy.